morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm Deb Uren, president of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, production manager at OCTV. And happy February.
Happy February.
Already.
Happy Super Moon Week. That was quite an experience.
It's messing with me this week, I'm telling you. I know there's something about the energy of the moon.
You know, and so if we have a few flub-ups today, please bear with us because, the energy of that super moon can really cause havoc.
Yeah. You said you got kind of a little lesson from a friend of yours.
Right. From Cindy Francisco from Spa North. She is very interested in energy, and she's a very interesting person. So I'm slowly learning more and more about energy and how our body actually responds to all of this.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for it.
It is incredible, just incredible.
And I'm a walking testament this week. I'm telling you, it's messed with me. So here I am, and that's a good thing. I made it anyhow.
So we did make it. We made it today.
That's right. Yeah. And thanks for coming back, Deb.
Oh, absolutely.
It takes time out of your day, and I know it's a lot of preparation, or maybe not. We fake it sometimes.
We do a lot of ad-libbing. We start this out. We never really know everything that we're going to talk about.
How's the day going to go?
So I think as a team we work together very well in that respect. So
I appreciate you coming in.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. I'd like to start off with the Chamber's speaker series for 2018. Our first one is going to be February. And we're into February now, so it's going to be on Thursday, February 8th, from 12 to 1:30, and it's going to be at Fuel Your Life Cafe and Cooking School in the Legacy Center.
Good.
So I know each time we have an event out there, it's always interesting.
Oh, she's got the coolest stuff out there, and you never know what she's going to have as far as soup is concerned.
And she's the one that's really, going to be having the food and such, but our speaker is going to be Jason Murphy with Shield Financial Group, and his topic is Planning for Success with an Economic Outlook on the Future. The importance of financial planning with a market overview.
We can all use that.
Boy, oh boy. And
Amazing.
To have a topic like this, thankfully it's not in January because we're all still,
reeling,
recuperating from the holidays and such. But this is extremely important. And Jason, oh my goodness, he is such an eloquent speaker. Just a wonderful person to get to know. So I'm very anxious to hear what all he has to say.
Now, Deb, people don't have to be chamber members
to
attend this.
They do not. No.
So that's such a bonus. They should be chamber members to begin with.
We want you to be a chamber member, but my goodness, we do open this up to the public. You do have to register. So you do have to go online. If you're receiving our weekly email blast from the chamber, you will see that it's just a matter of clicking the button and registering for the event itself, or go out to our website, oxfordchamber.net, or give our chamber office a call. And Nicole and or Amy, they can sign you up as well. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of seating there because I expect a lot of people attending this.
And she's got a good sized place.
She does.
Oh, it's such a neat place to go into. Just even to see that, if your finances are already together.
You never
we could all use improvement.
Exactly, that's just it. We might even think that, I've got this all under control. But in fact, you're going to get some little tips that either you've heard about and possibly forgotten about, or never heard about and said, oh my goodness, where was I?
Yeah, right.
So we all need to be able to plan for success. Right. So once again, that's going to be on Thursday, February 8th, from noon to 1:30, and it's 925 North Lapeer Road, Suite 123. So that's at the Legacy Center, And once again, that'll give you an opportunity to even walk through the Legacy Center, and see things that have been going on. Soothe Your
Ever-changing.
Soul
Oh,
is
my
expanding.
goodness.
So I know that construction started there yesterday.
Yes, it did.
So Hannah's really moving right along, and so lots going on there. So that's only topic number 1. We have our Coffee Connect. That's going to be at TTI.
Oh.
Address is 1350 South Lapeer Road, and that's in the Oxford Mills Plaza. And that's going to be on Tuesday. And boy, here I am trying to think of the date. I think that's the 5th or 6th, but it's Tuesday of this week.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So you pay attention.
It's the first Tuesday of the month, and that
Oh,
goes
I
from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning. So once again, that's TTI at the Oxford Mills Plaza. So those
and
are...
that's kind of a quiet business in the community. They do a lot for the community.
I know.
But a lot of people don't know about TTI that don't have to do business with them. So that's a really great opportunity to see what TTI does in this community and for this community.
I know.
They're
I
really
know.
good people down there.
They really are. They've got a heart of gold,
Yep.
and their group itself is expanding. So they were at the ribbon cutting that we had over
nice.
at Hannah's, the Joy Studio.
Oh, yeah.
And I met a couple of the ladies from TTI, and they had a nice, I can't describe to you everything that they do, but
Oh,
they're
gosh.
here to help. They're here to help
Right.
the community. So,
Right.
and once again, you know what? That is sponsored by Fuel Your Life Cafe and Cooking School.
Oh,
so that's two
nice.
events that Fuel Your Life Cafe is going to be a sponsor for our chamber. So we truly appreciate what these chamber members do for one another, because it's promoting their business, but it's also helping the business that they're sponsoring as well.
And offering opportunities, especially something like this, offering opportunities to people that don't belong to the chamber that should. It's
Yes.
encouragement for them, or not people, but businesses.
Businesses.
Because that's what the chamber is all about, is to promote the businesses within this community.
That is exactly what the chamber is here for. Any of our businesses that are part of the chamber, this is what we do. We promote you, and anything that you have, that whether it be a discount on something or a special offering that you're having, lessons that you're having, like the Fuel Your Life Cafe. This is a cooking school. Think about it. They have classes. So anytime
And
that
soothe
she
your
has
soul.
and soothe
my
your soul.
goodness.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we help to promote, and that's all part of that chamber membership.
Oh, and for new business people, gosh,
Yes.
the wealth of experience at the tip of their fingers if they
Exactly.
belong to the chamber. And I want to talk about actually the role of the chamber within the entire community on the next segment, and the DDA, et cetera. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that, but I think it's important. I think it's really,
really
really
is.
important that people know the huge role that the chamber plays.
Okay, that sounds good. We will start off our next segment with that, but for right now, we're going to take just a brief break, okay? We'll see you in a minute.
No exaggeration, when it comes to spreading information and communicating, the internet is the greatest thing we have ever come up with. We can connect with millions of people, we can share and develop exciting new ideas, and we can even disrupt entire industries. All this is possible because everything you write, build, or share is free to flow across the whole network. You don't need any special deals or permission to reach millions. The internet has worked this way from the beginning because of a basic idea of fairness that's been named net neutrality. You get the entire internet without any interference, no gatekeepers or toll booths. So the internet is a free market and an open democracy where our choices determine which things spread and become popular. This policy helped the internet develop into a huge part of our economy. But a new rule proposes to end net neutrality and give the power to censor and throttle the internet to companies like Verizon, AT&T, and Comcast. Here's how it works. Cable companies, also known as ISPs, sell us access to the internet. We pay them a monthly fee to get the entire internet. But the new rule says that ISPs no longer have to provide complete internet access. Instead, they'll be allowed to reduce our access and give preferential treatment to content that serves their business interests. Cable companies will be able to block sites, slow down sites, and charge sites fees for faster deliveries. They would become the first internet gatekeepers in US history, able to decide what sites and videos get seen. The economic, cultural, and political repercussions of this are enormous. The internet will look more like cable TV, with only certain sites included in the basic internet plan. For instance, content that companies like Comcast or Verizon own or invest in, like NBC or Yahoo. Startups and small business unable to make deals with ISPs will be relegated to a tier with slower speeds or higher costs. The next thing you write, share, or build will have little chance of reaching millions of people. You'll have to pay cable companies first to do that. They can even block or throttle all streaming music, video, or privacy tools. We'll never know what we were missing. If this is how the internet worked from the start, the blogging explosion that defined the early 2000s wouldn't have changed the face of media today. We might never have seen the rise of YouTubers, Snapchat, the SOPA blackout, Reddit, Bitcoin, Periscope, Candy Crush, or puppy cams. This threat is not hypothetical. They've been caught throttling or blocking Riot Games, FaceTime, Skype, and more, while serving their own content like Comcast's Xfinity Stream TV. The online innovation and creativity of the United States is the result of corporations and governments not having the power to control what's on the internet. They should never have the power to decide the next political uprising, or how we communicate, or pay for things, or travel. That power is ours. This is our internet. Let's use the power we have before they take it away.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Debbie Wren, President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And Terry Stiles, production manager at OCTV.
And when we left you hanging there for a couple of minutes, we said that we would talk about, in this segment here, about the importance of being a chamber member, but actually the defining items of what it is to be a chamber member, what the chamber does for you as a business owner, and the DDA.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, this is an entire community, and the businesses in this community that belong to the chamber and that don't belong to the chamber interact with everybody in the community.
They do.
So how does that work?
Well, when you're a chamber member, you don't necessarily have to be living or having your business right here in Oxford alone. We have businesses that are Oxford Chamber members because they want to be able to promote their business in Oxford. Mm-hmm. But we have people that are, they have businesses in Lake Orion, Clarkston, mm-hmm. Lapeer, Metamora, on top of Oxford. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, we are promoting all of these businesses at one time or another, and we will share anything that those chamber members give to us to share within the community. This is our reason for having these Coffee Connects, which is really coffee and networking. Mm-hmm. Businesses such as, for instance, we have My Bat Guy. You know, you don't see him on the main street.
No, you sure don't.
You don't even really know exactly where they're located, but doggone it, if you get a bat in your house, you want somebody now to come in and take care of it. That's just for instance. We also have a taxi cab service. I want to say it's Nearshires. I always have a hard time pronouncing it. But I mean, we have a local taxi that is here in Oxford, but it doesn't mean that they're only going to take you within the Oxford community.
Right, or if somebody in Orion needs
They go to the airports. They go to whether it be the Detroit Airport, Flynn Airport, Bishop Airport, I should say. Right. But I mean, they will take you anywhere that you need to go. Their whole purpose of starting this taxi service was because they want your safety in their driving. So they want to get you to your destination safely. And honestly, any of our local taverns here in town, they have their phone number. So if something were to take place that you needed a safe ride home, they are just a couple minutes away and they will get you home. But you see, this is what we do as a chamber. The chamber promotes these
the word out.
businesses that are members, okay? Our DDA is within a district of the village, okay? It's not even the whole village. It is
A taxed district.
it is a
correct?
tax district.
And that's where their funding comes from.
Their
Yeah.
funding does come from the taxes. The funding for the chamber, which we have 2 paid employees, which is our executive director and our administrator, and that is all coming from our nonprofit. We're a nonprofit, so it all comes from our membership fees. So the membership dues and any sponsoring that you want to do, any advertising that you want to do through the chamber for any of our events, this is what is funding the chamber. The DDA is all being funded by taxes, and the DDA is just a certain area, which is basically the downtown area of Oxford. Many of the downtown businesses in Oxford are chamber members, but not all of the members of the DDA are chamber members. So you will not see that we can promote them because that would be a disservice to those members that we do have as members of the chamber. It's not really complicated, but all too often we are finding that people have a misunderstanding
Right.
of what does the chamber do? Well, the chamber is here
Well-
as your advertisement of a member.
But as an example, so many people have said to me, that parade was wonderful. Who's head of the DDA right now? Well, no, that wasn't, the DDA didn't sponsor that. The chamber did all that work. The chamber put all that on. And I've had that many times.
Yes.
It's been the girlfriend's walk kind of thing, which I'm,
Well, and the Girlfriends Walk, now that you bring that up, that was a small group
Right.
that became a very large event that
Right,
took place.
right.
But quite honestly, that was not a chamber event.
but chamber members were involved
many
in that.
many
Yeah.
of the chamber members
You're
were
right.
involved.
You're right, it wasn't. So those lines get blurred.
They do.
Because we're all supposed to be working together.
And we should be all working
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
We really and truly should. This is the only way that our community is going to thrive and become successful. And I know that we have businesses in town that have decided to close their doors. And there's a lot of rumors that go around. There's a lot of things you see on Facebook, and
Yeah.
it's
That's
sad.
bound to happen. That's too bad.
It's
'cause
sad
it
that
it brings everybody down.
It does.
And
It does.
It disappoints people within their community. And granted, we had a huge hitch in the giddy up in the last year with
Yes.
losing the manager, who was very involved with the chamber. He was very involved with the DDA.
Yep.
He was very involved with the individual businesses, and all of a sudden, that's gone. And just now, so it's been a whole year, they've just now gotten a manager who doesn't know anybody, doesn't know their background, doesn't know the dedication that they have to the community. And frankly, I haven't met him yet, and I've heard a couple business owners say, gosh, he's been in here already, that's really great. So
It is.
I'm really glad to hear that he's learning about the community, but he's learning about the community. So there's some hitches in the giddy up. I can see where people would be a little bit disappointed because that stalled us down. And we lost a DDA manager.
Right. I mean, our DDA has, they've had a few since Joe Frost left.
Yeah.
And, it's hard. It's really
So
hard. And yet
things are disjointed.
people seem to think that everything just all falls into place. Well, everything is a project.
Yes.
And everybody is having the same goal. They want to succeed. They want to be successful in every facet of their job
business.
and their business.
Right.
So, the community has to work with us also.
Well, and so
reach out.
that's the beauty of the chamber is that there are so many people with that same goal, and they're supporting one another through this rough spot that we've had, that we're coming out of. We're coming out of it because we finally have a manager.
Yes.
I don't know the DDA director, but we have a DDA director. So it's time now that everybody starts working together again.
Yes.
And support one another like the chamber
Well,
continues to do,
and
which is really nice to see.
Our chamber office is in the same building as our DDA office, so when you come to one, you can always go to the other. You know, I mean, just because you're not a chamber member doesn't mean you can't stop in that
That's right.
office and say
Say
hi.
hi. Yep.
Because you couldn't find two more friendlier ladies
Yeah.
than Nicole and Amy.
Yeah.
They will be happy to talk, share, answer any questions, so please just remember that the DDA is there helping everyone within their district. The chamber is there helping all of the businesses that are chamber members within our community and the surrounding communities.
And then go say hi to Joe Madore, right? Madore?
Yes, our
the
new village manager.
So yeah, we're promoting downtown.
Yes, yeah, we are. So with that, we're going to take another break and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you. Welcome back to Daybreak. Deb Uren, president of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, and thanks for making it through those segments with us.
you stuck with us. I
Yeah.
know, we kind of got on a roll.
Oh, we start talking and don't stop.
Well, you know,
we like the community, you know.
It's in my heart.
Yeah,
it's in my heart.
Me too.
I have to share, and I'm just thankful you're still here with us, and we've got a lot more to say just in our last segment here. One thing that I want to mention, I stopped in Pet Value, which is our newest pet store in town. I was in there this week, and in doing so, it was the last Tuesday of the month, and only to find out Pet Value for senior citizens and for all of our military personnel, it's Military Day and Senior Citizens Day on the last Tuesday of every month at Pet Value. And if you don't know where Pet Value is, it's in the same little mall area.
Yeah, strip mall.
Strip mall of Tim Hortons. And then so it's right in front of Myers. So wonderful. I mean, they are packed full of lots of dog food, bird food, cat food, any kind of food you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Plus they have your own bathing stalls that you can bring your dog in. And
convenient.
they've been busy. They said on Saturday or Sunday it was, that they were so busy because the weather was warm.
Kind of like a car wash.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, very good. It
Really
was.
muddy. It's muddy outside. Your dog gets muddy. Take him down to
Yeah,
Pet Value.
take 'em
That's
on, because
funny.
they have everything there. They have the towels, the soap,
Yeah, how
treats,
convenient.
a blow dryer.
Wow.
I mean, everything that you could possibly want. All they need is your animal and you to get in there and
goodness.
wash them up and have a fun time together.
And if you do that, come and get mine too, because she needs it. And that's a big job, but that's
is.
got to make that job a lot easier. It's
Oh, it
one of those
is.
walk-in. They can walk
They
in
walk
with the
right
pet,
in.
right?
They can
Wow.
just attach your
my
pet's
goodness.
collar right to the wall there, because
Wow.
they have that function to do that. And so your dog's not going to go anywhere.
Nice.
It's so neat, so
Yeah.
neat and so clean.
Yeah, and they're fairly new, but boy, every time I go by there, I see that there's cars
They're
there, which
busy.
is really good to see.
Yes, they are very busy. So, and you know, I'd like to share too with one of the people that supports our chamber very, very much and very strong and very hard. I'm sitting right here in OCTV.
Yeah,
And I
me
would
too.
like to just say thank you for all that you do for the chamber. And excuse me. and all that you do for the community.
Thank
You
you.
guys are great.
We
You
love
are
this
great.
community. Every one of us have our hearts and souls invested in this community. We love our job, but that's part of it. We love doing for the community. I mean, it's just a great community, and we want to see it succeed. And we want to see everybody shake hands and hold hands and
Right.
work together. It's, you know, it's so powerful when everybody's on the same page, and we just love it. And you mentioned the Bat Guy.
Yes.
Which I didn't know we had. But I want to talk about it. Tomorrow I'm going to do an interview with the Bat Zone, and it's a bat conservation group
Oh my.
for our community access. So watch our community access. But we also, speaking of this community, we did a show called Oxford History Today. And it was very successful. We got a lot of hits on YouTube, and I want to explain our YouTube
Yes,
numbers
please
a bit,
do.
because they've gotten a little bit mixed up if people watch our meetings for
The village.
OACCC, the Oxford Cable Commission meetings. But anyhow, back to Oxford History Today. We had a member at one point from the museum board do this show with Russell Currier, and Russell made a great show out of it, and so did that member. Well, he quit the museum, so we lost that show. And we heard a lot from a lot of people. We want that show back. So then Jack Leroy, the former fire chief, I guess he's the local historian, he filled in for a while, and then he went to Florida. So it sat dormant for a while, and now another museum board member has picked it up, Jim Latola, and he's the gentleman that put the cemetery tour together.
Yes.
But he's another wealth of information for Oxford, as well as for Oakland County. This guy's, he used to be, he's a retired arson investigator for Oakland County Sheriff. So he's just a wealth of information. So Russell got that show going again. So I just want to encourage people. He has so much information about the people that built this community. So it kind of goes along with our conversation today, because we're carrying on their legacy, which they started in 1832 or 36. Russell can correct me, but it's exciting that we've got some new shows going on. We've got a new student with us right now. His name is Brandon Sank, and he does our community calendar, and he's very involved with us all of a sudden. He's now also shooting at the basketball games.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's really
good.
nice that kind of stuff works out. And some of you might have seen Lori Raz, and she's another new person at the studio. We lost one to Lake Orion, their studio in Lake Orion, but it was a good move for her.
Okay,
You know, it was another
okay.
step up. They gave her own shows there, which was really
wow.
great. So yeah, we help the students in this community.
Well, and that's just it. You gave her that opportunity to learn how it actually feels to work in a TV studio.
Yeah, so
and so
fun.
in doing so, she was able to, move on with all the experience that you provided her here. So that says a lot.
The thing that excites me the most about having the students come through here, and that was Ashley, and she had just graduated college, they learn the sense of community.
Yes.
When they go through a public access station. Now, a lot of kids just go directly and intern at news stations, and of course then they learn all that big, tragic and dynamic news. It's a whole different ball game at a public access station.
Yes.
You're learning the news of the community and delivering it as well, but what they're mostly learning is how communities work together.
Boy.
And the sense of dedication that people have to one another, and loyalty.
Oh, there's a
businesses
big word. That should be in all capital letters.
sure.
Loyalty.
Loyalty. And it's funny to see these kids develop that sense of understanding and awareness. And then they take that on to bigger and better, which is really nice.
Perfect.
And this community is a perfect community for that.
Yes.
There are pillars of loyalty and community support here that are unwavering. And I guess it goes back to my saying it was really difficult because we had that bump in the road.
Right.
But we're coming back together.
Absolutely.
So, gosh, I just talked and talked about
Absolutely.
OCTV and how exciting it is to work here in this community.
It's just great to be in this community
Yes,
and
it
to
is.
share everything that we share. And with
Yep.
that being said, we're going to have to close up, and we will see you next time on Daybreak. Take care and have a wonderful week.
And be safe.
Be safe.